my gosh, I just broke with sushi. Sashi. Oh my gosh. Guys, a murder has happened. I broke my sushi. To move spots, cause it's freaking hot. Are we sitting? Sorry if you hear the AC. It's too hot. It's too hot for this. Last video, I had the windows opened and that was a whole mess. Hey everyone, it's Curious Joyce, and today's Film Feast is featuring sushi local, because this movie is local. I don't know where to start. Okay, so the movie I'm talking about today is the Happiest season. I figured I'd discuss it because I am an ally and I want to talk about more queer movies, and this one, okay, well, I'm gonna just dive right in, but first I'll show you what I'm eating. This is the Mexican roll, and the other one I may or may not get into. Depends on how hungry I am, because I feel like since it's summer I'm more into sushi. So this is a tiger roll. Oh, okay. And Mexican roll, and I got, pause. I got ramune. I got a strawberry ramune. I wanted to pop it on camera. Pop it. Oh. Did I forget how to open these? Oh no. Did I? No way. Oh, this is what happens when we have moisturized hands. No! Take off this part. I got it. There we go. Hey. We did it. Los Imos. It's alright. Anyway, so let's dive right in. Let me get my chopsticks. I love that they gave me two. As if this is for two people. I mean, it is for me and my stomach. But okay, so the Happiest season, the premise is Kristen Stewart's character, which is named Abby, is, basically in love with her woman, which the actor, I don't know her name, but I'll put that here. She plays Harper, and Abby's like, yo, I love you. I'm probably, in the premise, the whole premise, the trailer is like, I'm gonna propose to her. I'm still in love with her. Her best friend, supporting, actor Dan Levy from Schitt's Creek. I hope I'm saying that right, or am I cussing? He's like, yeah, no, you better not rush this. Like, don't out her. And she's like, what do you mean? Like, oh yeah, part of the premise, she's not out. That's actually a great thing, that this movie is not making it about, oh, you must out her in order to be in this woman and woman relationship. It's not that case at all. The premise itself is great, because it's like, oh, this is not your typical love story, because we don't really see a lot of queer love movies, and this one was good. But with like every movies, it has, its issues. I'm gonna start with the good. So obviously Kristen Stewart, I love her. Audrey Plaza, love her. Dan Levy's great. Actually, I have not seen Schitt's Creek, but he's cool. He's the supporting best friend, and he's funny. The only problem with trailers is once they give away the joke, once you see it in the movie, it's like, meh. The joke being that he's tracking his one-night stand out of his apartment. He's tracking him on his phone. Ooh, that was so funny. So once you see it, you're like, meh. At least for me, I was like, meh. So the good thing about this movie, besides all the actors in it, is that it's a relatable story. It's funny. Basically, the premise being that, Kristen Stewart's character, Abby, is in love with Harper, and she wants to propose to her, but hey, surprise, she's not out to her conservative parents. That premise itself is good, because a lot of people have conservative parents. It's very relatable in the sense where with those kind of parents, you're always trying to appease them, and through appeasing them, you're appeasing yourself. You're like, okay, they're proud of me, so I can be proud of me. And so she has two other siblings. One is played by Alison Brie. I have not seen Alison Brie in anything else besides Community. So it's Community and Happiest Season. And she's just convincingly mean in this movie. And I'm kind of here for it. Like, she has aged well. Like, fine wine. And she's a little mean throughout this whole movie. Because she's, I think, the oldest sister. And with her, it's like she used to have a business. She used to be a lawyer, I'm sorry. But she stopped doing that and started a business with her husband. And now that's like the whole thing. That's the rivalry between all the sisters. Because now the parents don't hold her up as a trophy anymore. They're like, oh, you're not a lawyer anymore. Oops, nope. Move on to Harper. So Harper is not out to her parents because she knows that they would shame her for it, possibly. And her father is running for mayor. So with any, politicians, they have to be careful with their family image. So she knows in her heart, like, my dad's not going to be cool with that. Also her mom, who is a wonderful actress. I don't know her name off the top of my head. I'll put it right here. I know her from Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. I love her so, so much. She's a great mother in that show. She's nurturing. She's a great wife, and if you've seen Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, you would know that there's a lot of singing in it, and she's such a good performer. Oh my gosh, a lot of people in that show I didn't know were that great at doing a musical type show. But in this movie, she's convincingly a bad mom. I'm sorry to say that, but low-key yes, low-key no. With her being the wife of a mayor, she has to keep his image, and she's convincingly mean, like super, super mean and weird to her kids. So it goes Sloane, who used to be the lawyer, but now she's, started a business with her husband. And then it goes Harper, who I actually don't remember what she does, but they're just proud of her. And then Jane, who's always the running joke because she's an artist, and also a lot of the jokes about her is that she has night terrors, she did weird stuff as a kid, basically insinuating that she has some sort of mental health issue. It's the running joke. It's 2021. Are we still making jokes about mental health? Are we kidding? Are we for real? So the movie in its entirety, I was like, yes, this is good, but the meh parts was the joke of Jane being the weird sister, because she's an artist, and because I assume she has like insomnia or something, or I don't know. I don't recall it being said in the movie, but just they brought up a lot of the times where she did strange stuff. Like, for example, Kristen Stewart's character stayed in the basement, and there's no lock. And Jane's like, yeah, there's no lock because, or Jane or the mother was like, yeah, there's no lock because we didn't want Jane to think we were gonna lock her in her room. Ugh. Why would you? What is this, Cinderella? So I'm not gonna explain the full movie because that will be here forever. So I'm just gonna say this in parts. Oh my gosh, I just broke my sushi. Oh my gosh. Guys, a murder has happened. I broke my sushi. There we go. So the good. Queer representation. Easy to understand, relatable premise. Wonderful actors and actresses. Beautiful Kristen Stewart. Oh my gosh. She's always convincingly awkward, and it's great. Like, she makes me believe she's socially awkward, but she may not be. We don't know. I don't know. I haven't met her, but I just love her in this movie. I love Aubrey Plaza because she's a bad bitch in this movie. I have not seen Parks and Rec, but based off the clips I've seen, she's a funny character and a very, character, and I love that. The movie's good because of the representation, but where they messed up, in my opinion, is the other representation. So yes, good movie for the queer culture. But why are all the people of color, whether it's the Indian woman or the soon-to-be ex-husband, or the kids, or the character played, I think her name was Trudy, the character played by Michelle Buteau, they were either a joke, like they were either comedy relief, which I have to say, Michelle Buteau is very, very funny. I see why she chose this movie, because this movie did need some comedic relief besides Dan Levy. But I would have loved more for her in this movie and other movies in general. She was also the comedic relief in someone great, Gina Rodriguez's movie. But I wanted more for her. The other person of color, who was the actor from the show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, great actor, by the way. He was portrayed as more of the, not deadbeat husband, but more so like the reason why Sloane and he are separating is because of his infidelity. Okay? And then the twins. The twins were inherently like creepy evil. Like, you know, like some type of that horror movie where the twins are at the end of the hallway. It seems like that's how they wanted them to be portrayed. Why do twins have to always be some kind of weird way, first of all? And second of all, because they're biracial and already the mom's going through a lot because, you know, she's shamed by her parents for having this business, which is a lucrative business, gift baskets, hello. But now, like, she has biracial kids who are weird, and they put stuff in Kristen Stewart's bag and get her in trouble and do creepy stuff, and their portrayal just had me a little upset. I know this is a movie for the queer culture, but you kind of have to look at it at all sides, because representation is not just one thing, it's an onion, it has layers. So if you're gonna have black characters, cool, they have range. They're either the father who has possibly infidelity issues, or the kids who are slightly creepy and evil, or the Indian woman who's bougie and like judgy of Kristen Stewart's character, Abby. Can I see more? Can I see more? I don't know. It's just, this felt like this could have been a Lifetime movie, because as with Christmas movies, there's always a slight corniness to it, and it was the right amount, but also it was too much awkward for me. So as the movie progresses, Harper does finally accept who she is, because the whole premise was her not being out to her parents. That wasn't Abby's fault, and that wasn't on Abby to out her, which is a great thing that I commend of the writing there, because when somebody has a secret about their identity, it's on nobody else to reveal it. Like, if you have a friend who's transitioning, you don't go telling everybody. That's not your business to tell. Mind your business, you know? But so so the good was the acting was convincingly either awkward or funny or meh. The bad was the people of color were either just comedic relief, or bougie, which is fine. There are bougie black women, or Indian women, or people of color in general. Creepy, evil twins. Like, why do twins always have to be evil? Or a infidelity-esque. I don't even know if he cheated, but it's just the fact that Allison Brie Sloane caught her soon-to-be ex in the closet with another woman, and she's like, we had an agreement. So that insinuates he was cheating, or he has cheating ways. I don't feel like it was ever really said why they're separating, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Because this movie in general, it's great for Christmas, I guess. This came out in November 2020. But the trailer overhyped it. The trailer made it seem like, haha, this is gonna be so quirky and funny and all this and that. Because, you know, Kristen Stewart, Dan Levy. Excuse me. But when you actually watch it and actually look it up, it's a drama. That's a drama movie. in the end, you know, all is well. Harper's finally outed, unfortunately though, by her sister. That was messed up, but you kind of saw that coming, as you did with a lot of this movie. And Harper and Appy end up together, even though she was very distant. Harper was very distant the whole time. And at one point, even I, like a lot of people said this online, but even I was vouching for Aubrey Plaza and Kristen Stewart's characters to get together, because they hit it off. But maybe it didn't have to be that way. Maybe she didn't have to leave the relationships to seek happiness, because in a sense, Aubrey Plaza's character lit a fire. Riley, her name's Riley. Riley lit a fire underneath Harper's butt, because it's like, that's her ex. Dude, that's her ex. Your ex and your current woman are hanging out together. That's, I'd be scared too. Because it literally takes other people appreciating your partner to sometimes be like, actually, let me do better. Where she didn't do well is that, okay, yeah, you told your family that this is your friend, not your actual girlfriend, but you also said that she's an orphan. Like, you didn't gotta do all that. I don't even know if she really was an orphan, but she kind of like didn't help out Kristen Stewart. She was just more of like the pity case, and that sucked. I understand that she couldn't out herself, but that set her up for failure, whole key. But maybe that was the point. I don't even know if this movie's a drama or a comedy. It just felt painful to watch the whole time. I don't know. The meh part was Abby and Harper getting together in the end, because I was never really convinced of the relationship. I didn't imagine them being together. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like it's in front of you and it has to happen this way, but it's like, why? Like, dude, Aubrey Plaza and Kristen Stewart's character had more chemistry than that. Dan Levy and his phone had more chemistry than them, but I might have to watch it again. I don't know, guys. This video was very all over the place because I'm very all over the place, but all in all, I would give this movie maybe like a B, C question mark. I would have to see it again. I know it's great for representation of the queer community, but I just felt like they were lacking the people of color like representation, because all it told me was that you could either be like a successful husband but separated because of your possible infidelity issues, or you can be creepy evil twins, or a bougie woman, or a tour guide lady who only gets like 10 minutes of fame, and besides that it's like burp, no other screen time. I don't know. Well, that's all for today, you guys. This food was pretty good. I messed it up though because, you know, gravity. If you want more videos like this, give it a thumbs up. I will be more organized in the future. I gotta figure out how I want to lay these out, because the first one I think was better. If you watch Soul, that one I had more to say. This one just had me. So that's all for today, you guys, and as usual, stay curious, my friends.